Hi guys, welcome back to CountyLine Farming. Today we'll be installing some tile in the fields before we do some corn planting and working ground. Let's get to it. We're just finishing up on some of the bigger fields that are chisel plowed and going to corn. We're going plant some more corn on chisel plowed ground than we're planning on, since spring came a little bit earlier than usual. There's a big rock right there. There we go. Anyways, and so we're chisel plowing the biggest field that we're farming right now. It's last field we ended up chisel plowing. It's going pretty good. Starting to get dry right now. We haven't had rain in about a week and a half. So getting this field done, and once we get done here, the rest is in red hole in little patches. Dad's planting corn across the road right now. We got probably almost half the corn planted by now that we're planning on planting for the year. So we got a decent dent in that, since usually we don't get started planting until the last week of May. So it's nice to get a little bit planted before the end of May comes around. So we're in the case in the sulfur disc. You can see that back there. The dust is flying. And we got the 4630 on the 24-foot column mulcher. We're running that after we run the disc across the ground. And then Dad's playing with the 4240 and the John Deere 7000 6-row planter. So he's been staying busy planting corn, keeping up with working ground in front. So we chisel plow the field straight with the rows, and then we disc it with the rows. And then when we come in and run the column mulcher before we plant, we usually run it at about a 5 to 10 degree angle to level out the field if there's any ridges, and to help try to keep the field level and help it work up a little bit better. So that's typically how we end up working the ground. We're in soybean stubble right now. The corn stalks also worked up pretty well, as long as they had been chisel plowed. We had 2 or 3 fields that hadn't been chisel plowed, and the one field hadn't been chisel plowed in about 8 years, and the other field hadn't been done in probably 5 or 6. So once you get behind on chisel plowing, the ground rips up kind of hard, since it's kind of compacted, and then it's hard to get it worked down. But this field hasn't been chisel plowed in a while, but since we don't have much manure over here, so it wasn't super compacted. And it was bean stubble, and it worked up super nice, so won't have to make any extra passes on this field this year. So the field I'm in is pretty long. It has a tree line right here, and then there's more on the other side over there. And And then the field I was disking last night was on the other side. And then Justin finished that one and started on this one this afternoon while I was doing some feeding so Dad can keep planting tonight. So we've already put 90 hours on this tractor this year. Between working ground and putting tile in, and by the time we get done working ground with it, we'll probably have about 110 hours on it. So using it quite a bit this year, working up ground. That was, we got the 4630 across the road right there on the column launcher. So we went over probably over 100 acres easy with the column launcher so far. That was, I ran the little John Deere disc over quite a few acres also before we had this off the tile plow. So getting a lot of ground worked up, so hopefully we'll have a good crop this year. It looks like it's going to be pretty dry though in the forecast, so hopefully we get about an inch or two of rain in the next 2 weeks to soak it up. We could soak up 2 inches right now without a problem, I would say. So that's why there's quite a bit of dust flying. I'm not going super fast either right now, so. Within the next week, should be beginning of next week though. It's supposed to rain a little overnight, so we probably won't be able to do anything tomorrow or Sunday. But for as dry as it is, we should be able to get back in the fields by Monday, I would truly think. Over here where we finished up disking last night, and Dad just finished the 20-acre field straight ahead of me, and he just started about 5 minutes ago on this 40-acre field right now. So we are just kind of going back and forth, getting this field knocked out. I'm running the 4630 and the column launcher right now, and then we'll get done to this field, and this will keep them busy for the rest of the night. You can see Dad's planting over there. I'll zoom in once we get over there. It's right around 24 foot. Has a packer in the back, works the ground up nice. So the field that he planted yesterday is over there on the other side of the road. So since I'm still in here column mulching, he's just turning around and get that side of the field planted, and then he'll come back later. So got the fertilizer wagon right there on the 4020. Filling fertilizer up. We got fertilizer on the front, and then the seed corn you put in individually on the rows on the back. So we got the planter filled up again. He's got about 35 acres in this field that left to plant. And so he's gonna be busy tonight planting. Got the fertilizer in this old wagon that barely works, but still works, so we're using it. I'm gonna go feed so he can keep planting. Let's get to it. So with corn, you want to be right around 2 inches. So you can see there's one right here. I accidentally hit that one when I was digging for it, but this one is right there. So there's still some good moisture down in there, and that's about perfect for that one. So that one's just a little bit shallow, but it's just because it probably hit a bump or something. So about 6 inches apart, 2 inches deep. So that's about where we want it. Right now we're about 165 acres we got planted so far. So cooking right along with corn planting, and still got quite a bit to go though. So be interesting to see how much we can get planted this year in a timely manner. A lot of the beans will be going in afterwards. So we ended up getting quite a bit of the corn planted this week. I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. I'll be doing more corn planting. and maybe even some chopping.